I do not want this property. I am very confident that Janelle feels the same way. I don't know what Kody's end game is here.
Cody Brown finally hands back Janelle and Meri's belongings following court order. The sister wives land battle is over. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well by God's grace. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet and tap the little bell icon so that you never miss anything. You won't believe what just went down with the Brown family. After years off again, drama, confusion, and endless disputes. Much of it playing out on sister wives, the Brown family has finally resolved. The matter about the ownership of their Coyote Pass property, trust me, this is one update you won't want to miss. Here's what went down, as reported by StarCast. Kody, Robin, Meri, and Janelle Brown have signed new warranty deeds officially amending the ownership. The 4 contested lots in Flagstaff, Arizona that comprise the Coyote Pass property. This is following a long court process, and as you can imagine, feelings have run high along the way. So what does this mean for the family? As most of you are aware, in 2018, Kody and his 4 wives initially bought the Coyote Pass property for more than $800,000 with the intention of splitting the property into 5 equal parcels. Each wife was to have her own parcel on which to construct a house, and Kody, for some unknown reason, was also to have his own lot. That was not an easy plan to execute. Jump forward to years of going back and forth, the family has been beset by endless arguments, disagreements, and even 3 divorces. Add to that, there has been a significant reorganization of how the land would be divided after Kody's former wife, Cody Brown, relinquished her portion of the property in 2022. In response, Christine was given the equivalent value of her home in Flagstaff, while Kody and his sole surviving wife, Robin, were left to resolve the division of the property. But wait, there's more. Earlier this season on Sister Wives, Janelle made it clear that, since the majority of Coyote Pass was purchased with joint funds, she firmly felt the land needed to be divided equally between herself, Meri, Kody, and Robin, irrespective of how the parcels were titled in the past. So how did the ownership appear before this new shift? Kody's name appeared on all 4 lots. Robin was on 2 of the lots, 1 large lot and 1 smaller lot, 4. A total of 7. 58 acres, Janelle shared one of the large lots with Kody and Meri, and one of the small lots with Kody, totaling 4.66 acres. Meri owned only one of the large lots with Janelle and Kody for a total of 2.24 acres. But now, due to recent legal documents being filed, things have shifted big time. Here's the major news. The new ownership structure now has Kody, Robin, Meri, and Janelle all sharing together the 2 biggest lots, and one of the smaller lots among them has been redistributed. So what does that mean for the future? This change in ownership signals the culmination of years of stress and continuing arguments over land division. It also brings an end to the finality for the Brown family. Even though the drama plays on sister wives, we can only speculate on what is going to come next. As all of these changes unfold, will the Browns finally resolve their peace regarding their land feud? Or will there be more problems in store as they progress? Don't forget to check back for additional update. You won't want to miss what's to come. Sister Wives update, Janelle and Meri's property, divide, Kody's dark confessions, and Janelle's new life, post-separation. So this is where things currently stand with the property split. Janelle and Meri share ownership of one of the smaller plots at Coyote Pass, with the other small plots still in Kody and Robin's names. But per Starcasm, no recent filings have been made that show a transfer of ownership for that specific lot. So for the time being, that part of the equation holds firm. But there's still plenty of dramato come. While the Browns have finally resolved the thorny and contentious matter of land ownership, at least for the moment, the question that continues to loom is, will the family ever sell the properties? And if so, when? Here's where it gets juicy. In a Sister Wives episode that aired in January, Janelle had plenty to say about Kody's possible plans for the property. She conceded that although Kody legally had the right to do whatever he pleased with the land, he and Robin share, it would be disastrous, it would be so cruel, but he could do it. Janelle replied, adding, "I hope he's not turned into that kind of person, but I don't know who this guy is anymore. I don't even recognize him." Out and it goes on. In another episode earlier this season, Kody opened up about some of the darker thoughts he had during the property dispute. "I've thought about screwing her over," Kody admitted, referencing Janelle. However, he claimed that Robin was the only thing keeping him from going through with it. "My wife, with a conscience, won't let me," he said, implying that Robin's influence was the only reason he hadn't done something here created so much tension. But let's talk about Janelle's next chapter. Janelle is turning the page on her life and embracing a new chapter after her split from Kody in late 2022. Following Christine's departure from the family, Janelle has been focusing on her well-being mentally, emotionally, and physically. And guess what? She's thriving. Janelle's detox journey has been nothing short of inspiring. Early in 2025, Janelle boldly decided to shake off the negative and embrace living her best life, and it's working. She got some warm and fuzzy news recently when her daughter, Madison Brush, from her marriage to Kody, gave birth to her fourth child. Janelle posted a special airport video sharing with fans a glimpse of her upcoming travels and what's ahead for her. In for a surprise, Janelle surprised everyone by announcing her travel plans. Off to Las Vegas first to see her children, then on to Flagstaff, Arizona. But naturally, she did not say why she was going to Flagstaff and kept fans speculating with all her enthusiasm over the trip. Something big coming in Flagstaff, wait and see. I've been in Salt Lake for a couple of days on my way to Vegas to see me kids, Janelle shared. What's next for her in Flagstaff? Only time will tell. But knowing Janelle, it's sure to be something worth watching. Janelle's bold moves, a spiritual detox, Coyote Pass drama, and potential new business ventures. What's Janelle up to now? Janelle's travel itinerary is making some eyebrows rise. She's been globetrotting lately, visiting Salt Lake City for a few days before jetting off to Las Vegas and then on to Flagstaff. It's obvious from her recent trip that she's serious about taking her spiritual detox. No more negativity in 2025. Here's why this matters. A few months ago, Janelle shared an Instagram update that had fans buzzing. She made it clear that her main goal for the year was to rid herself of toxic people and situations. It was her way of putting herself first and focusing on her personal growth. And her recent travels are proof that she's making those goals a priority. But there's more to this story. Janelle's choice to step away from work and enjoy some time with individuals she cares about, such as her children and sister, demonstrates that she's dedicated to placing importance on her happiness and peace. But her journey to Flagstaff, that's where it gets exciting. Why is Janelle going to Flagstaff? Janelle's trip to Flagstaff comes as a shock, but really not entirely surprising when you take into account the constant drama surrounding the Coyote Pass property. As you will remember, Janelle has stated clearly that she wants her rightful share of the land. The latest gossip is suggesting a huge changeover. Kody can be legally required to provide Janelle with 25% of the property, which might result in even more red tape and drama in the future. Is this an opportunity for Janelle to take?
But he couldn't sell the 4-acre or the 2-acre he's on with me without my permission.
Yeah, and I'm on one of them with.
What's hers? As Coyote Pass hangs in the balance, Janelle's visit to Flagstaff could be her means off, finally getting what she deserves. It's a moment that could be very rewarding for her, particularly after all the money and time she spent on the property. But then what for Janelle? Though mostly Janelle has always thought that she would sell her half of Coyote Pass, circumstances point to otherwise. Now that she might be acquiring 25% ownership of the land, might she have another plan in mind? Perhaps she's contemplating something in Flagstaff. A bed and breakfast, like Meri's, a rental home for extra money. The possibilities are limitless, and Janelle might be on the cusp of something entirely new. Talking about new businesses, talking about major decisions, let's change gears a bit and discuss Robin and Kody. During season 19 of Sister Wives, Robin Brown did not appear too excited about the prospect of monogamy. Upon learning about the latest drama involving the Brown family, Robin appeared not to believe that she and Kody would ever have another wife. But is that necessarily the best choice for them? Sister Wives season 19 drama. Recap: Sister Wives season 19 between September 2024 to February 2025 was a season like no other, with the family broken apart. It felt like each episode unveiled new secrets. The exit of Kody Brown back in November 2021 laid the foundation for even more drama within the Brown family, with the cracks further evident as the show progressed. Is the end of the road for Kody and his Wives with the family. Broken apart and so much unknown about what's next. The question still stands, can the Browns ever reunite again? Or is this really the end of an era? Sister wives shocker, Robin's heartbreak, Kody's monogamy, and the end of the plural family. Changes on a large scale for the Browns. In December 2022, Janelle also did the same and formally parted from Kody. But it was Meri, the last remaining of the original wives, who made the final split in January 2023. The end of the plural family did seem inevitable, but it wasn't without its own heavy heart. Why did it all fall apart? Both of Kody's wives at various times felt that Robin was treated preferentially, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic, where Kody's time appeared to be spent solely with her. The favoritism became impossible. 20-year Robin, for her part, has spoken about how painful it was to watch the plural family fall apart. Over a decade of shared history appeared to disappear overnight, leaving Robin devastated and disappointed, while Kody, always the optimist in his relationship with Robin, appeared to put the blame squarely on everyone else. Blame yourself if I don't love you. That was his mantra in Sister Wives Season 19. His former wives moved on with their lives. Christine remarried Meri, formally let go, and Janelle relocated to North Carolina. But Kody, it appeared, was strangely set on embracing monogamy. Here's where it gets ugly. While all of this has been going on, Kody has been very adamant that he was never really in love with Meri, Christine, or Janelle. He openly fawns over Robin, declaring her his true love and the woman who's everything he's ever dreamed of. But it's at a huge expense, the feelings of everyone else involved. As Kody attempts to come to terms with losing his plural family, he's been quick to censure his ex-wives for not staying, and for incessant belittling, insisting they were never suitable for him. But what about Robin, who entered the Brown family due to her strong attachment to Kody and the desire for a big, extended family, has been fighting to hold on to that very ideal. Even though she was not brought up in a polygamous home, she learned to appreciate the sisterhood polygamy provided. Although humorously enough, she never developed close relationships with any of the wives except for Meri, Robin's heartache, all season long in Season 19. Robin was not happy. She constantly spoke of her desire for the plural family and asked Kody if there was any hope of reconciliation with Meri or Janelle. Her persistent questioning is revealing, it appears. She's not quite ready to move on from what she had Sister Wives Season 20. What's next for the Browns? And now, as we approach Sister Wives Season 20, which is due to hit the screens in spring 2025, the drama is only just beginning. We were treated to a little taste of what was to come at the end of Season 19. In a preview, we saw Robin and Kody having dinner out. Robin still deeply grieving the plural family's loss, inquired of Kody, "Do you ever sit there and wish we were still in a plural marriage? Would Kody and Robin be able to mend the shattered fragments of their family? Or has the age of plural marriage finally come to a close? Only time will tell, but Season 20 guarantees to delve even deeper into the intricacies of the Brown families, future Robin's unfulfilled desire, and Kody's struggle with monogamy. Will they go back to polygamy, plus Meri Brown's bold independence? Kody and Robin's relationship, where is it going? In a telling moment of the Sister Wives season finale, Robin asked Kody, "Do you ever sit there and wish we were still in a plural marriage?" That question ignited a maelstrom of rumors regarding the future of their relationship. Robin, who appears to still be holding on to the past, obviously feels incomplete in monogamy, while Kody is apparently content with it. But is this really the end of their saga? Would Kody give in to Robin's desires? I believe that it's obvious Kody would do anything to please Robin. And with Robin dissatisfied in their monogamous relationship, it's possible that Kody will eventually give in a bid to keep the peace and appease Robin. They might even ponder courting someone for a plural marriage. But here's the catch. Even if they do, I don't think Kody will modify his fundamental beliefs. His attitude toward polygamy has already lost him several marriages, and as much as Robin wants it.
As far as lots, so Kody and Robin are on the lot that goes, 20 or 30 yards into the...
I don't think it will go their way. Will polygamy be the answer? Or a catastrophe? Kody has already demonstrated that he can't handle having several wives simultaneously, and his affection for Robin was a big contributor to the demise of his other marriages. Next season, it's probably safe to bet we'll get to witness Kody and Robin talking about bringing a new wife into their mix, but I suspect that it won't be as smooth sailing as they wish. Kody, who is now amonogamous, might attempt to please Robin, but he hasn't quite recovered from his plural family's collapse. Engaging in other relationships here would be more trouble than it's worth. Let's discuss Meri Brown's surprising new path. Now, as we've seen in Sister Wives season 19, Meri Brown is making bold moves in her newfound independence. Since her split from Kody, her behavior has shifted dramatically, and fans are both surprised and concerned. Many thought Meri would embrace her independence after leaving Kody, following in the footsteps of Janelle and Christine, who had both struggled in their relationships. However, Meri's increasing distance from her plural family is raising eyebrows. What's actually happening with Meri? Meri has spoken more than ever, revealing intimate aspects of her life on the internet and making it explicit that she's moving on. She's forging a new path for herself. And clearly, she isn't interested in being linked with the Brown family or the Sister Wives brand anymore. Following Sister Wives season 19, viewers have begun to wonder how far Meri is going to cut ties with Kody and the rest of the family. Meri's dramatic makeover. Meri has usually been the one who overshared, pushing the boundaries for the rest of us. As the longest wife in the plural marriage, excluding Kody, her exit and newfound freedom is posing some serious questions about what's next. Is she ready to cut the Brown family off totally? Or is this merely part of the healing process for her? What's in store for Meri? As she begins this new part of her life, Meri is showing everyone that she's not afraid to stand on her own 2 feet. Will she keep pushing Kody, Robin, and the rest of the family away? Or will she find herself at a place of reconciliation? Only time will tell, but fans are keeping their eyes on her every step of the way. Meri Brown's shocking shift, distant from the Browns and refusing to speak about her past. Meri Brown's new stance, a lone wolf. In recent updates, it's become clear that Meri Brown has no interest in speaking for anyone but herself. She's been open about her desire to avoid making claims or speculating on how the other members of the Brown family feel, think, or behave. Instead, Meri is concerned entirely with her own path. As much as this may appear initially to be a minor, irrelevant thing, it's actually an important change in someone who used to talk way too much about her family's personal business. Breaking away from the plural family, Meri has never been particularly closed about her life, often blurring lines and sharing too much information that other family members would rather keep to themselves. But today, as she drifts away from plural marriage, it's becoming very clear that Meri doesn't want to be associated with her previous sister wives and Kody publicly. She's consciously rebranding herself, coming across more as a lone wolf than ever before, particularly on Instagram and in her live stream. Is Meri pulling away from the Browns? Meri has been open about not wanting to talk about things she can't answer, like the dynamics with Kody or what's next for Sister Wives episodes. On a recent live stream, she appeared increasingly hesitant to discuss any questions that weren't quite about her specifically. Followers were upset by her current refusal of questions regarding the rest of the Brown clan, and it's obvious that Meri is no longer interested in the group's story and only in her individual path. What will this do for her future with Sister Wives? It's hard to overlook the reality that Meri is still a member of the Sister Wives cast and was with the Brown family for more than 30 years. Although she established earlier in season 19 that she's going solo, she continued to have some connections with Janelle, Christine, Robin, and Kody, but looking at her latest material, it appears that Meri might have changed her mind one more time. She now seems to be actively working to distance herself from the Brown family, particularly in her online realms. Meri's unexpected demeanor, getting angry with fans. Fans have been surprised by Meri's demeanor during recent encounters in a live stream upon being asked about the rest of the Brown family. Meri became visibly angry. As a Reddit user, Lee Flying Fig 20 posted that Meri grew angry when the Sister Wives fans mentioned Kody, Robin, or Christine, even though she's made herself well known for starring in the series as much right as Meri has. To share her feelings, her responses have caused fans to wonder how long she'll continue to want to remain involved with the series or her ex-family. Is this the beginning of the end for Meri's Sister Wives involvement? It looks like Meri's changing attitude might find her in more conflict with viewers who want her town up to her past with the Browns. She's bound to be asked more questions about Kody, Robin, Christine, and Janelle from now on, and how she responds to that might say a lot about whether she will continue to be a part of Sister Wives. Will she continue to maintain her independence? Or will she be able to reconcile her history with the family that brought her fame? Meri Brown's growing distance from the Browns and Kody's struggles with fatherhood. Is reconciliation possible? Meri Brown's process of healing. Is she driving the Browns away? It's become more evident than ever before that Meri Brown requires more time to recover from the traumas of her history. Though fans continue to question her on Sister Wives and with whom she's dating, the Browns, Meri appears to be drawing farther away. She's frustrated being lumped with Harold family, and it's clear that she's making an effort to distance herself from them as she carves her own way. The more time that passes, the more it seems like Meri is ready to leave her plural marriage past behind for good. But will she Kody Brown's turbulent journey from polygamy patriarch to estranged father as for Kody Brown? His journey has been nothing short of tumultuous. Once the proud patriarch of a large polygamous family, he now finds himself at odds with many of his children and former wives. Sister Wives viewers have seen him watch as his family life fell apart over the years, with him left with only his close bond with his present wife Robin Brown and their children. However, things haven't gone without cracks in Kody's relationships, particularly his life as a father's struggle. Kody's changing relationship with his kids at a beginning of Sister Wives. Kody had been a loving and engaged dad, always setting aside time to spend with his children and involve himself in their lives. As his family increased, however, so did his parenting style, more authoritarian than was healthy, now started to clash with his increasing children's needs for independence, and a gulf only seemed to widen from there. It appears some of his older children openly dissed him, while some disconnected entirely. Kody is faced with a newfound problem. How can he heal these broken ties? The catalyst for change. At what point did Kody's parenting start coming undone? Kody's journey to being a father changed dramatically when he wedded Robin in 2010. As his relationship with Robin grew stronger, tensions began building with his older kids, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic. Kody's discipline and the time he was spending with Robin and her kids further isolated his older children. This was a breaking point for most, particularly with Janelle's sons Gabriel and Garrison, a broken family. Can Kody repair the damage by 2025? Kody's relationships with children from his first marriages are strained. His relationships with his children from Robin are good. But what about everyone else? Is Kody going to be able to repair his damaged relationships with the older children? Or is that train gone? The Sister Wives cameras keep on rolling as only one question looms. Will reconciliation happen? Or are Kody's family bonds past the point of no return? Kody Brown's strained relationship with his children. Can he reconnect? A widening gap. Kody's need for control and its effects. As Sister Wives fans have seen, Kody Brown's relationship with his older children has been deteriorating for years. His need for control and his desire to maintain authority often clashed with his children's growing independence. They felt he was more concerned about his public image than being a present father, and this led to some serious tensions. Kody's authoritarian approach to parenting, especially his insistence that respect be accorded and not earned, only drove his children further away. His older children, especially his sons, started resenting his rigid expectations, resulting in constant disagreement. Kody's struggle with authority, the cost of control. Instead of changing his way of parenting, Kody dug his heels in and created an even larger chasm. His kids' frustrations were evident, and viewers watching from the outside couldn't help but question whether or not Kody would ever change. His refusal to give up his position as man of the house had him isolated from the very people he was trying to manage. Can Kody mend what's broken? Kody has said that he wants to reconnect with his children, but the ball's in their court, at least in his opinion. Since many of his children are grown now, living their own lives, reconnecting might not be at the top of their list, especially if they are still carrying around hurt from the past.
To perform the simple, most basic human decent thing, which is put our names on all the titles.
So if Kody really wants to mend their relationship with his kids, he'll have to make the first move. But is he ready to do So will he finally realize the damage his actions caused to his children and try to fix it? Will Kody make the first move? The question on everyone's lips is whether Kody will actually do what it takes to mend fences with his kids. It won't be simple, but if he truly wants to build those damaged relationships, he'll have to stand up and admit his fault, and then put the effort into regaining the trust of his children. Whether he's willing or able to do that remains to be seen. Coyote Pass peace. Allen dispute finally resolved. In theme, and time as if dealing with broken family relationships were not enough, Kody has finally gained some traction on the long brewing land dispute regarding Coyote Pass. The Arizona land, which Kody purchased for $820,000 back in 2018, has been a source of contention for years. The initial idea was to establish a family compound on the land for himself and his wives, Robin, Christine, Janelle, and Meri. But nothing much has come out of that pipe dream since then. A new beginning for Coyote Pass is the controversy